Welcome to Chaotically Nerdy, a podcast for nerds by nerds. Chaotically Nerdy is a podcast made by adults for adults and children with bad parents, which is me. Adult language and situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. On this week's episode is me, Tyler.
And me, Jared.
Me, Ethan.
And me, Ashley.
Hey.
Hey, we did it right this time.
I know.
Like the past several weeks, we just screwed it up.
That's true. I think Corey likes that, though. We should
What?
probably fuck it up.
What can I say? But you're welcome.
yeah.
Oh, that's later. We'll talk about that later.
You are not a large Samoan man.
I might be.
It's true.
That's quite the costume. We're all of 4.5 feet tall.
That reminds me of a story of at work. So a girl thought she was the same height all her life. And then she decided she had found a scale, and somebody was like, I don't think you're actually that tall. She thought she was 5 foot. And they're like, I don't think you're actually that tall. So she goes and she measures herself. She was not 5 foot. And then she got mad at me because she asked me how tall I thought she was. And I said, well, stand up. And she stood up. And I said, 4. And then it was just like, fuck you. I was like,
I mean, it's relatable. I stopped growing at 12, so for me, that's normal.
so this week, we're going to talk about divorces.
And saving
Yes.
Jarrett and Tyler's marriage.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Divorces.
Yeah.
I told this to Ashley just a few months ago. I love divorce.
You're welcome.
Yeah. She got divorced a few
Oh.
months ago.
I got divorced.
That makes more sense.
July
I was
16.
Pro-divorce.
Pro-divorce. Yeah. And abortion. No. Well,
No. Well,
as long as it's for eugenic purposes, it's fine.
you're on your own with that one, babe. You're on your own with that one.
That's a joke. I'm not for really a bunch of that killing babies thing. I'm not.
Unless it's for a snack.
I was going to say.
Ooh, piece of
I
candy.
like veal.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Veal is great. Some nice cannelloni. It's great.
Ethan?
Somebody's not going to hear the veal part of that, and they're going to think you're talking
Veal.
about eating babies.
Yeah.
Okay. Divorce. It's a better subject.
So we're going to talk about video games. We've mentioned this game several times. It Takes Two. It is a two-person co-op game. I was trying to think of how to briefly describe it. But it's a two-person co-op game. I'll let the other two describe it because they've played it much more.
It's only a 2-person co-op game.
I know.
Yeah.
Did you say the name of it?
Yes.
Yeah, I said It Takes Two.
I'm having a
It's
stroke.
It's okay.
It's your goldfish brain.
It's all right, Grandpa. You'll be fine.
Who are you people?
Where am I?
Where am I?
Is that toast?
Yeah, it's only a 2-person co-op
Yeah.
game. It's not there's no solo option unless you mod it, I guess. But
You can kind of play for a little bit by yourself.
You really
there
can.
comes
You
to a
can
section
for-
where you
'cause I did it.
cannot.
You cannot,
You
yeah.
cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very early too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've played this 2 times, and as of Monday, it'll be 3. We've played
Mm-hmm.
it every single year for our anniversary. We both enjoyed
Since
it.
we were told we were dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually literally how it
Yeah.
happened too. But we've played it every single year. We enjoy playing it because it does take a lot of teamwork. It does take a lot of working together and actually being able to communicate with your significant other. And as your significant other,
It saved our marriage.
it did.
I don't feel like we said that much.
No, we didn't. We barely talked.
Oh,
But
no.
we're simpatico. We just work together
Yeah.
well.
Meant to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
It really didn't take much. There was a lot of get your shit together.
Yeah.
now
Running.
Kith.
Kith.
But yeah, we've played it every single year for either our anniversary or birthday or some other big thing. And
Just every event.
yeah,
ever.
it's a really good game. And I know that it's an EA game and that EA is notorious for popping out not so great titles. But this is actually one of the games that I will stand on a hill and die for.
Well, this is one of those games where the studio was. I don't know if the studio was made to make this game. Like some studios get, it happens occasionally, especially the past few years. It's kind of happened that way. But the studio was kind of left alone to make the game because they didn't really put a lot of faith into it. So it's really more of an indie game feel to it. Does it?
Yeah.
That
The
checks,
studio
Yeah, that
only
checks.
has one other game that
right?
they made.
Yeah. So they can, and it was only mildly successful, I think. So I think the studio was relatively left alone to make the game, which is for EA.
Beautiful.
I mean, that's just like out of left field for EA. So
Yeah. Which I'll say this, A Way Out is the other game that they made. I think at the time they didn't have online co-op for it, so it was basically split screen. You had to have somebody with you, and that was when we were starting as a community to start to go to strictly online.
Yeah.
Like nobody really played split screen anymore. And so I think that's why A Way Out didn't do as great. But the game itself is about a married couple.
May
With a-
and Cody.
Yep, May and Cody with a kid. I don't know the kid's in the
Rose.
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 Yeah,
Rose.
could have forgot that entirely.
You forgot your own kid's name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How dare you?
Very much so.
Okay, wait. Question for you. Who played who?
I played May because he was going to say, "Why didn't you play the bitch?" If I didn't,
Yeah.
I literally say that in the recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At least your terms.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. We've played the first one we played. I played Cody. She played May.
Yeah.
And then the second time we played, we switched.
Yeah,
And now we're gonna switch back, so I get to
He-
play May again, and he gets to play Cody.
Jarrett specifically wishes that I would have played Cody because
I
there's
hate
several driving
points.
missions.
And I hate driving.
Oh my.
Cody almost always gets the
Yeah.
driving stuff, and May almost always gets the cool abilities.
It's because of sexism.
But okay, but you can't honestly stand
You
here
got a
and tell
rocket
me.
launcher.
You can't honestly stand here and tell me that you watching me Mortal Kombat a fucking squirrel on your
awesome.
underpants was not an amazing
Yeah.
situation.
I ran into the wall. I was watching you. I mean, it was.
It's true. It's true.
Jarrett almost did because he thought that he didn't have to pay attention
Yeah,
for
I was
a minute,
like, oh,
and then
I
he
don't
went,
have to drive now. This
Yeah.
is
No,
like
it's-
some
No.
it's
And
literally a
oh,
tandem
oh,
thing.
I have to
yeah.
fucking drive still. Oh my
And
god.
it's not easy.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's really not easy.
But what the rest of the game is about is your daughter Rose makes a magical wish and cries on two of her dolls that she made, and it turns May and Cody into those dolls.
You're missing an important bit.
The book.
Yeah, the
Fuck
book.
Fuck that book.
We
Dr. Hakim is amazing.
We
Don't
hate,
shut your
no,
fucking
we
portal.
fucking hate the book.
Why do you hate the book?
The game could have ended within the first chapter if he would just left us alone.
That's 100% correct.
Because they would have got a divorce.
Yes.
That's the whole point of the story. Is just
Me and Tyler
Save
both
the marriage.
on the side of they should just be divorced if they want to be divorced.
Well, on this episode of Chaotically Nerdy, Jarrett and Tyler's marriage dissolves.
Yeah. I responded to Ethan in the Discord, and because he said,
did.
"Oh, I can't wait
read
to see how it
I read
fixed
it out
it."
loud, and he was laughing.
Spoiler alert: it didn't fix
Yeah, it
it.
didn't fix it.
And then, yeah, you have to get stopped by a book 32 times while you're trying to get back to your daughter so she
Something
can.
that we noticed is that the book is very, very present in the first, 3-4 acts
Yeah.
ish. And then he really kind of drops off. He tapers as you guys learn to work together.
So we kind of just.
Yeah.
Right where we stopped.
You
Yeah,
guys
basically.
are like right
Yeah.
at that point
Yeah.
where, yeah, he's there, he's still a nuisance, but as you get further in the game, he's less of a nuisance.
Gotcha. And then next up, I have how much does this game cost? It's $40 for full price. But if one of you buys it, you can play a friend pass because Jarrett didn't pay for it.
Yeah,
I also
I
bought
ain't
it on.
paying for it.
I think I bought it on sale for like $6.
when it's on sale, it goes on like a 75 or 90% off.
Yeah.
Usually. Yeah.
I got it cheap.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But it's definitely worth it with a friend. I didn't even think that. I guess I didn't realize that was a thing until I actually started playing it and you said it. I was worried that it was going to stop us somewhere and be like, you have to buy
You have to
this.
pay. Nope.
Especially because it's EA.
I mean,
Yeah.
both you and I own it, but we owned it before we understood that we could do the friend
Yeah.
split thing.
Yeah.
So now we just
Well, actually, I think when we first played it, you couldn't share. You couldn't share.
You both had to own it.
They've changed it several times since we first played it, and it's
Yeah.
only 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it's picked up in popularity and purchase quantities now. So
it's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't fault it.
Next up is where am I at? Where can you find that content? Because we recorded it. Again, Ashley and Ethan are going to record it at some point.
Monday.
Okay. I'm going to upload this one for tomorrow because I actually have a TikTok that coincides with it because I took a little bit of a clip from the game, so it'll come out tomorrow morning. So I just need the video to come out at the same time too. You can find it on YouTube. Use the link in the description, and you can go there and find our YouTube, or you can just search Chaotically Nerdy on YouTube.
Now, it will look a little awkward at first because it's split screen.
Yes.
And both sides can see both
sides,
screens
yes.
all the time.
Which is, honestly, it was nice.
It is nice. It's kind of interesting.
Because if you get to a point where you need to like be like, hey, look at this thing.
Well, I mean, how long has it been since you played a split screen game on one screen?
Modern
I
Warfare
was
2.
going to say about 15 years.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
About 1,500 years.
15 years.
1,500.
I mean,
So that's
might-
about how long it
feels
feels.
like
Might as well be.
It's probably been right at 15.
Yeah.
Because we would have been old enough to drive.
Yeah.
So it had to have been 15.
Yeah.
How many times have you played the game? Ashley and Ethan already talked about it. They've played it a
2.
fuckload.
2 going on 3.
Twice.
Yeah.
Well,
Twice.
Beating it twice.
Beaten
You play it in one session, like one, or you just break it up over like.
We kind of break it up usually.
It usually takes 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So the total game, I actually looked it up. It's got 7 acts, and it takes about 15 hours if you're just doing the main story and like a handful of the mini games that are in there. It'll take up to like 20 hours if you actually spend time to find all of the stuff and like actually go and get all of the achievements. But it's a relatively short game. We usually play it in like 6 hour bursts at a go.
Yeah, it usually takes 3 or 4
Days for
playtime. Like we get together and play 3 or 4
Sessions.
yeah, play sessions.
Sessions. Yeah, sesh.
okay.
So-
Next up was, have you beaten the game? And for them two, obviously it's yes. For us, obviously it's no.
No.
Yeah, we've beat it both times with 2 different with both of the characters collectively. I have a question so far. What is your guys' favorite scene?
So far.
It's the one I used for the TikTok because this will come out later, so it doesn't matter. We pull down the thing on the tree, the pot lid comes up, and you make a comment and you go, "What in the Keebler elf is that?"
Because they opened that stupid door because I'm like, what the? I'm like, I knew it was, I was like, it's a fucking squirrel.
Okay, I have to ask, what's with the calm your astral tits down?
There was the astral fish thing.
Yeah, you're falling
And
like
it was trying to do like a fucking barrel. I'm like, calm your astral tips.
astral fish tits.
Like, Jesus.
It was a whale, by the way.
Hey, whale, fish, whatever.
Yeah.
No, one's a mammal, one's a not
It's
mammal.
not real.
They're really not the same.
They're really not.
You try having a whale fry. We have fish fries. You can't do that. It's a lot of meat.
It also
Doesn't
seems
mean you
problematic
can't
in
do it.
Missouri.
Yeah.
You get to fillet a whale.
Ask
It's
RFK.
as big as your
just
house.
behead it.
You cut the fillet down.
You're just gonna slice it. Oh, like a tuna.
Yeah.
Make some whale sushi or something. Be greasy.
Seems like you're gonna get parasites that way.
That question I pulled from the Helldivers episode, the next one, and I didn't need it because it doesn't matter. You can't play it in preparation.
True.
You cannot.
No. Unless we would have played it beforehand and then recorded later.
Sure.
That would have been the only way to do that. So now we go on to the what do you like about the game? Roll the dice. We need to do that differently now. You're here.
Yeah, there's 4.
You got to use the 4s.
Oh,
Oh, it's you.
oh shit.
You are for
Get
So he and I sat down before we came here, and we were discussing what our favorite parts of the game were. I really really liked the clock,
chapter.
Thank you. I couldn't act was the word I was looking
Yeah.
for. I couldn't remember the word act. I really liked it. He can actually verify his wedding band is actually inspired from the cuckoo clock scene. And I remember you and I coming together at like the middle part where you see the entire inside of the cuckoo clock. And it was one of my favorite screenshots that you have ever gotten.
Yeah.
That's my personal favorite. And I know that you and I have talked about the isometric level.
Yeah.
The Diablo feeling one. I really liked that one too. That one was a lot of fun.
It is interesting that they have so many different game type things in it. So they have like the Mortal Kombat thing
Yeah.
that you guys got through.
well, there was one that we said, but I don't remember what it was.
There's a lot of like Crash Bandicoot, like
Yeah,
style, like
Crash Bandicoot,
they did
Donkey
pay
Kong.
homage to like games of the past.
They do a lot of that.
Yeah.
You wait until the later chapters, it's still very much
I
there.
figure.
Yeah, I really liked the clock tower.
There'll be a episode that I don't think you've gotten to yet, because you're in Moon Baboon.
Yeah.
It's very soon that you're really going to cackle at. It's that bad. I mean, she would have felt really bad about that portion.
No.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Queen
Yeah.
Cutie?
Yeah. The elephant in the room.
Okay.
That elephant makes me feel awful.
The reviews help me understand some of that.
I will be honest that when we got to Queen Cutie, I was crying. I felt so bad.
Well, it's really funny, like when they're on the bed and they're saying oh, we need to
Make her cry.
make her cry.
Yeah.
Like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Make your
How are
child
we going to
cry.
make your child cry? Well, we're going to go kill her elephant.
Yeah.
That's literally what it comes down to.
Too like that Moon Baboon jumped down and was just like, liars with the fucking recorder.
Moon Baboon is unhinged, but he's fantastic.
I would encourage you to keep playing.
That would be a one.
That's me. So what I like about the game is I really like the differences between the two characters and how you really need both of them. I mean, obviously the game's designed that way, but it is really neat to have that requirement, and it adds a level of replayability for me because I don't know that I would ever, after beating it, I don't know that I would ever replay it if there wasn't a switch option.
Yeah.
Because if I was just, I'm going to play May every time, I'm not going to play it more than once for me. Because I'm going to be like, I know the story, I know what I'm doing. That's that.
I could see most people, like couples or friends or whatever, playing it twice.
Yeah.
I could see them do that. Just to have that different experience.
Yeah.
5. That would be my honey. Hi.
I really hope he says, I really liked killing the elephant.
What did I even say? I don't remember. This was like an hour ago.
He's checking my notes.
Goldfish
I
brain.
can't read this. Tell me what I liked about it, honey.
This is the podcast now.
Did you write it in?
The tree.
The tree is
tree.
in general. I liked the whole
I mean,
tree.
the tree arc
Yeah.
is a pretty good.
You get the the minigun and
Yeah.
you get the rocket launcher.
We
It's
were
pretty
talking
cool.
about the Wasp Queen.
The Wasp Queen in particular was a fun fight.
Yes,
I
it was.
thought it was kind of neat.
We kind of struggled with it, but we're also idiots.
We struggled with it the first time around more than the second time,
Yeah.
obviously. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because it's just trying to figure out what exactly to do
Yeah.
was kind of the struggle at first. But yeah,
It's not
once you figure it out, though,
it's not
it felt pretty good. And then the airplane made out of underpants
Yeah.
and the
Mortal
the
Kombat
squirrel
squirrel
general
Yeah. The Squirrel General was great. Like, the
was pretty
squirrels themselves,
was funny.
that whole,
Yeah.
lore behind them is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to roll. Or you can.
Yeah.
It's Jarrett.
I'm not Ethan. I don't care if she rolls or not. It's the same as Ethan. I really like the squirrel tree arc. It's just really funny. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's the funniest part so far. I would say we struggled more on the toolbox fight.
Yeah, we did.
Specifically, you struggled.
Yeah, I got
kept
my
dying.
shit kicked in on the toolbox fight.
Which part was getting you? The floor being taken away, or
The nails.
The
the
nail,
nails?
like, it was
with
something
the
to do.
the machine gun thing.
Yeah. Something to do with it throwing the nails out. I would dodge them and I would dodge into one, and it would just,
It's fairly forgiving though, because you can respawn.
yeah, you just
so,
mash that Y button.
yeah.
I honestly think one of my favorite quotes that came from that game is, "That's the last time we fly by the seat of your pants."
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
comes directly from that Squirrel Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
scene. I think I've quoted that to you several
I don't
times.
know. My favorite one is collaboration.
I love that fucking book.
Yeah.
That book
I
is
told
I like
Jarrett.
Hakeem a lot.
I told Jarrett this. Hakeem is the reason I'm going to start putting myself out for more voice acting roles because it just got on my nerves so much. I was like, if people can tolerate this, they can tolerate me.
Yeah, do it.
I'm going to.
Do it.
I'm waiting on. There's another role that I'm just waiting on them to release all of the characters because they're doing like a slow release
Oh yeah.
where they don't put all of them out and some of them are grayed out because I'm waiting to find out which one is like for me, which one I think I would fit best.
Shotgun approach. Apply for all of them.
Thought about it.
Hey,
I mean,
you have
It's
a
probably
higher
the best way to
chance.
do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I do the same voice for everything because I just have my voice, and I'm not an established voice actor who could really do a shitload of voices, unless you want the Cajun you can't fucking understand me voice.
Why not?
I mean, yeah.
What if they were like, that's the shit we want? Just do that.
I mean,
That garbage right there.
why don't you just like do 3 voices in a section during the same?
yeah. I mean, that's how most people do it. Now we can move on to what we disliked about the game. It's you again.
Fucking
Just
fuck.
don't even roll that one. You can just go first from now on.
I know what you disliked about the game, but
Well, there was a couple parts that really made my brain hurt, like the kaleidoscope bit. Well, no, I actually have sincere like brain damage from the military, from several concussions, and there are several parts in the game that really, really hurt my brain. I also really didn't like the depths, and I know that that's the one that
you have a
probably
problem
think-
with water
Yeah.
and deep water.
I
so
don't.
There's a portion of it where you have like a swimming thing, and
I
I
panicked every time I
had
get
to like really push her through it.
Gotcha.
You're gonna have to push me through it.
Which
again.
honestly, for our relationship, was a good thing. So, because now you just push her.
No, when you said brain hurt, I thought you meant like it was a puzzle that then you were like, what the fuck do I do?
No, I'm talking like actual
Actually,
physical
they-
nerve damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has brain damage. I can confirm. Hey, that's 1 finger. That's 2 fingers.
Would you gentlemen join me?
I mean,
Yes. Jarrett, thank you. Tyler?
She scares me.
4 fingers. 6 fingers. I can
Go
count
fuck
them.
yourself, Tyler.
Yeah. I've only got 2, but it's for all of you.
Do it like that.
It's really
Then you
just,
get more.
That's not how that works.
It's not, but that's how everybody thought it worked in elementary school.
More fingers.
You guys are children.
We never
Where'd
claimed
that
not
extra
to.
finger come from? I mean,
Your
Right
mom?
there.
I'm not 5 years old. I understand what
Magic.
happened. Yes.
Magic.
Magic. That's what happened.
It's
2.
me. I have to think because I don't know that there's really too much that I disliked about the game.
You
I mean,
guys also aren't that
that's
far
true
in.
too. Like, I had issues with some of the aiming of the rocket launcher. Like it would lock on for a second, and as soon as I would shoot, it would go away, and it wouldn't even aim at what I was shooting at. It would just take off a different direction. I mean, it was just frustrating. It's not that I was.
Firing.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
But you only get 3
Just
shots, so I'm
shooting.
just like, and then I'm done, and I'm like, oh fuck. And then Jared's like, stop letting it hit the boat or the plane.
Oh, the octopus, the have you guys gotten to
No,
the
no, 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 no.
Okay.
No.
No, we got sucked up by a tornado. We did do that.
I believe
Or
that's
a tsunami.
after.
Yeah.
It might
I don't know
be-
anything.
Potato,
I
tomato.
remember no
I don't know
octopus.
anything. Huh?
You'll
Yeah, there
get
was
to
no
it.
octopus.
You guys will get to
I
it.
remember the bottle cap jellyfish,
Yeah,
or I'm assuming they're bottle caps.
that's what they look like.
Uno.
Jared,
That's
again.
me. I'm same boat as Tyler. I mean, sometimes the jumps wouldn't like register. It like
Yeah, it was just input
it's like
lag.
input lag or like I don't know, like some sort of like
I have a question. How are you guys playing? Mouse and keyboard or controller?
Controller.
Okay. I play also controller. He plays mouse and
I
keyboard.
never had a problem on mouse and keyboard, to be honest. Yeah.
I-
It's actually set up for controller. It was built for controller. I never had a problem with mouse and keyboard.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can verify this.
You had some issues.
You've watched me
Yeah.
jump and be like, I don't know. why
There are
this-
some control issues in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't
would've-
make it unplayable. But
I would have had to like adjust all the keybinds because as I was playing by myself to like just see how it ran for OBS, I was using both, and I hated all the mouse and keyboard keybinds.
Oh, I redid them all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have had to because it's just awful.
sometimes it just wouldn't like register like jump. Like you'd be like, oh, too close to the edge. You just
Like
decide not to jump.
specifically trying to get to the tree. I had an instance
Yeah.
where I jumped up and it wouldn't latch, and so I just dropped down to near the bottom of the tree.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Spider-Man part of the tree.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Surprisingly good swing mechanics for
You got to
a
roll for him. He's
game where it's literally just a function for.
That's the wrong one.
I mean, either of them can work. Oh look, it's
Me.
Ethan.
You're such a pain in my
that was
ass.
4 rolls. To
I,
get there.
I mean, I didn't have a lot of control issues with the game, but I did see her have it. I don't know what my least favorite part of the game was.
I wonder if part of that was the connection. because I have the shitty internet.
Well, it was
been.
happening to
It could've
me,
been.
though.
It could have been.
Were you
But that's
hosting?
what. Yeah,
Maybe.
I was. I bought the game. He
bought the
didn't,
game,
so
yeah.
I had
Oh,
to.
you have to. That
Yeah.
may be what it was.
Even.
Yeah.
That's because you have garbage internet,
Because
Tyler.
we
For
didn't
now.
we didn't get the good internet until after the last time we played it. So it could have been that issue as well.
It could have been, yeah, because I was playing from New York at
Yeah.
the time, and I didn't have
Bad
that great.
ping.
I didn't have that great of internet.
I mean, there were
connection.
some times where I got really frustrated, but I mean that happens a lot.
Yeah.
so.
It was also mostly frustration at me for not making certain jumps and making you wait
There was a
Actually,
part of the clock thing where I got really frustrated with you when we stopped playing.
for a little while. Yeah.
Yeah. That was when you were having to move the thing back and forth, and I was having to do the wall jump from Mario.
Okay, but to be fair,
That's not easy.
it's not.
It's
and
not.
and you coming back to the game and actually playing that part where you have to move those, it's not an easy thing to do. And I get why you were frustrated, but like,
It was because the wall's not static,
Yeah.
and you have to keep moving them because they're too far apart to actually do it, and so you have to move it and actually
bounce
get
the
a
person
rhythm
basically.
between the two of you to actually make it work, you're going to get frustrated
Gotcha.
because you're going to be cussing at each other. Yeah.
Is that
mother-
Cody or is that May? Which one has to jump?
Cody has to jump. May has to move the wall.
Oh, we're doomed.
You're doomed.
That will be
Yeah.
the end of that
Not,
episode.
not because of him. It'll be
I don't know
because
if
of
that's
me.
even my least favorite part of the game, though. I don't know. My least favorite thing about the game,
I don't.
that there's not like going to be any more of it. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. What are they going to do to add to it? There's nothing they really can.
I mean, I don't know what they would do.
Yeah.
They can make like a spiritual successor game, like a similar type game. But
yeah.
but they're not going to make like a sequel.
No, I don't. I don't see the
Unless there's a
sequel
second kid
ability of
and another divorce arises.
Oh, good lord.
What if it's a polyamorous couple? You know, you have 3 players.
That'd be kind of
4
funny.
even.
4 is too much.
3 is your limit.
3.
You can fuck off with those 3. You can fuck right back up. Here's your new marriage.
Okay, Mrs. I have 3 husbands.
I have 5, thank you.
Jesus.
I mean, outside of me, and we're not married yet.
No, we're getting married on Friday though.
To be back on track, sort of, I thought of something else I didn't like in the game. I did not like the vacuum in the shed. I didn't like it. And something about it, I was just like, I want this thing to die.
Yeah.
Complains. Just complaining.
Yeah, and it just looked like it was on death's door already. It's like, put this thing out of its misery. Like, why did you not throw this
I
away?
forgot I called it Wheezy.
You did. As we were fighting it, he's like, it looks like Wheezy from Toy Story.
It doesn't even really, but it reminded me of Wheezy. I was like, shut up.
Shut your mouth.
No one cares what you have to think.
I guess none of the themes or anything were really annoying to me at all. I mean, you guys don't like Dr. Hakim. I think he's hilarious.
I think he's hilarious.
I don't think there's anything really about the game I don't like.
When he started, I thought he was hilarious. The longer it went on, the more I got mad at him.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the way that you actually have to connect to other people with it. That
Maybe.
might be the thing I hate most about the game. Not that you have to connect to other people. I only play multiplayer games.
Yeah.
The fuck you mean by that, babe?
What?
Clarify.
Explain yourself.
Guys, just remember, you're
The
going to play this.
the actual connectivity way you have to connect to other people.
No.
The actual connectivity. of
I thought you were talking about the fact
it's
that
really
you
frustrating.
hate connecting with somebody while you're playing the game, and I was like, wow, babe.
That is not true at all. I only play multiplayer games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not true. Not true. We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Nobody else seen it. He raised his hand. We'll talk about it. I like it.
It's okay. You called me a dumb bitch the other day.
You said that's a common occurrence, though. It's just.
You did
You
call
laugh every single time I call you a bitch. You're laughing now. I just called you a...
You called me a cunt the other day,
Jeez.
too.
Hit him with the hard T.
I just fucking laughed. What was I going to do?
Call him a cunt back. I don't know.
He is a cunt.
We-
You know.
exactly.
It's okay.
I don't know what never mind.
You know, you are what you eat. Is that what you're getting at?
I guess I'm a corn dog.
All right. back on
I'm
track.
actually 5 corn dogs.
5.5.
In a trench coat.
Oh.
Do you even know what they're referencing?
Not the 5 corn dogs part.
Logan and him have this theory: you can only eat 5
Oh
corn
yeah,
dogs.
because homecoming. I think that's only homecoming corn dogs though, because they are bigger.
Then what? A regular, like a mini
Yeah.
corn dog?
Yeah, no, like in a regular corn dog.
No,
Those corn dogs are fucking bigger than a
no, they
Yes.
they come from our former place of employment.
brother. Go.
Chaotically Nerdy, where we discuss the size of beer battered wieners.
You can also use the link in the description to find our OnlyFans where we talk about other wieners.
You could find a video of Tyler caressing one.
Caressing.
It's a
it.
corn dog, not a wiener. That would be wrong.
A glizzy.
That would be wrong. Not that there's anything. Just with Tyler doing it because he's married, that would be weird.
Foot long glizzy.
Oh, God.
All right, let's reel it in. Reel it in, assholes. Will you play anymore? This is specifically for me and Jarrett because we know you two will. Do you want to play anymore?
I mean, I will.
I mean, I'm down.
Can I, as somebody who has finished this game, and I think that you will agree with me, finish the game. Actually, legitimately finish the game. It's a really good game.
It would probably take us like 5 sessions if
Yeah.
we played like the same way that we did.
Take a while.
It wouldn't take that long. I mean, that's not that long of play. I've been playing Warhammer 2 or Space Marine 2.
It'll be like 12 or 15 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, how many hours did you put into Baldur's Gate?
That's not fair, Ethan.
It is fair.
No,
Kind of is. Kind of is.
How many hours have you put into Space Marine 2?
I don't know specifically, but it feels like a lot here lately.
It's-
Basically, every chance I've had, I've been playing it.
How many hours have you guys played so far?
3.
3. It was like 3.5, I think.
Something like that.
We started at like 9:15 and played till 12:30. roughly.
I cannot recommend you guys to finish the game enough. Like it is a really good game, and there are a lot of mini games that are actually kind of fun and goofy.
Well, it's there's a lot of sections that do have like little mini games where you could just play a simple game
We
off
did
to the
that.
side. Yeah.
Because I tried to bash him in the head
But
with a hammer.
Whack-a-mole we played.
Oh yeah. She's really good at that.
I
Not the bashing part. She's really good at pissing me off
It's true.
by avoiding it. Yeah.
It's
All
true.
right, so is he. The first time we played it, he popped out. I went to hit and I missed, and I thought it was like you choose one and then you hit, and then
And I
it
just
goes.
stayed up. I'm like-
He just stood there,
I was like, is he?
and
not
I didn't.
gonna-
I was waiting on it to go back down, and it never went down, and he just won
Yeah.
because I never hit him.
I was like,
It was timed, right?
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, it's a keep going type thing."
There's some really good ones in there too, and some of them are hidden. And
Yes.
they're not easy to find.
Yeah,
So-
we
We're-
did
Tug of war.
tug of war,
The plunge. What's the plunger one? I forgot. The
whatever the plunge. It's the
you're
plunger
shooting-
darts.
Yeah, you're shooting the
We're missing all but 6 of the achievements we looked last night.
played
Gotcha.
the whack-a-mole, and what was the other one? The
The whack a mole, the plunger, and the tug of war. Those are the only
no,
3 that we
played,
did.
We played another one. Yep, there's one before that because I won 2 of them. You won 2 of them.
I only won 1.
Also,
I only won tug of war.
if you
What
are
a
going to play
plunger
this
one, what are you
game,
talking
Oh fuck!
note that if you are going to use a mouse and keyboard, and the other person's going to use a
Controller.
controller, it is almost impossible for you to win on a mouse and keyboard with some of the games because of the actual like registering how many times you click, like the tug of war.
Yeah.
That's what made me think of it, because you have to keep clicking
Yeah.
to pull it, right?
I
It's
can,
not that I'm not clicking fast enough. The game is not registering my clicks. Yeah, because
Because a normal button wouldn't push that fast, or the controller button wouldn't push that fast.
yeah.
Sorry.
I did smash
I-
the absolute fuck out of that.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I even
button
tried
smashed.
like
I had
this-
it like
Yep.
I
I
mean,
sat there and did this.
I'm not-
I go back up and down.
I'm not good.
It's,
at
it,
button
it's
mashing.
very
It's natural motion for me.
It's not.
natural.
It's because the mouse and keyboard version of it doesn't register the clicks as fast. It has like it's like a time gate on it.
That might also be your keyboard, your polling rate on your keyboard.
No, it's not, because I've never had that problem with any other game. And
I mean, like it may like like the game may have a lower polling rate for
keyboard
your
than mouse.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
yeah.
But
Your
just know that
emotion
if you
was
want to play
natural,
those
not
games and you
wasted.
lose, don't get frustrated because you're not winning. Because she won those games very fast because I just wasn't registering. So
We're having some sort of jerk off conversation. I'm not
That's
really sure.
exactly what it is.
Literally.
There is no doubt.
No, there's no hesitation about that conversation.
It was about button mashing and how we
He
did
said
them
he did it-
specifically male
He did
versus
it this
female.
way and I did it this way. It's button mashing.
I was doing this, so I don't know what that is.
You'll
You'll find out.
You're double fisting. You're double fisting.
Just double fisting the button.
It's 3-player now, don't you know?
And then, any bugs we noticed? The only one that we ran into, which is not really a bug, is we lost connection to the server, and then it let us play for like 5 to 10 more minutes. And on my screen, which you will be able to see because I'm the one that recorded, we both
I
recorded.
figured you should cut that out.
I didn't. I left it.
I was just like, I could just cut this out and it'd be like a smooth transition.
Nope, no transition. People will get to see the drop and everything. Lost connection, and Cody is standing still on the back, like on top of the water. He's just standing on water while I'm going through as he drove. And I was like, this is a problem.
I haven't noticed any bugs.
I did.
I figured you would.
There were those wasps in the tree.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
You're welcome.
That's such a dumbass comment. It's
I'm going to be here
fantastic.
for the next 2 hours.
Closer to 3.
And like I said, the locking
what you
on
think.
with the controller.
Going home.
Flip the table and everything.
And we've already talked about the other games from the developers, which is only A Way Out. Have either of you two played that? I know
No.
you haven't, Jarrett.
It's too old now.
Your next comment, similar style to any other games that you played or want to play. I wanted to take a moment and discuss the fact that there are a whole bunch of different styles of games that you can play, or like different feels styles of the game. Like how I know that you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, like what you were saying with it being like Donkey Kong or Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
So you'll have there's sections of the game as you go through. They don't really repeat styles very
No,
much.
they don't.
There's a little bit of like a third person shooter thing in the tree, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also have like there's in the Rose's room section. There's like an isometric thing where you're playing like a Diablo top down with like
That
combat.
one's-
It's just combat, straight combat all the way through. And there's various other ones. There's a whole like boat with cannons. So there's like a Sea of Thieves-esque vibe to
Gotcha.
it for a little bit. There's a whole bunch of different scenes in the game that you're playing through that they change the actual style of the mechanics of the game to kind of harken back to other games
Older games,
older games. They don't really do a lot of newer games, but like the older games, because there's not a lot of like third-person shooters out there. There's not a lot of like Crash Bandicoot style games out there, Donkey Kong style games. Not really, but
So for me, I really liked how short and sweet they kept it. I liked the fact that they threw so many different styles in for you to actually play through.
it kept the game feeling fresh all the way through instead of just repeat, same
It,
thing.
Yes.
I will say that even the little bit that we played, having something different to do every act essentially was
Well,
nice.
I mean, you did the Moon Baboon thing where you're going through space thing.
we didn't
No.
get through it. We
got
got
to the
to Moon
beginning.
Baboon, and then I made him play long enough to figure out what toys we get, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting. Like the shrink and the
Yeah.
I liked the the globe that you have to be on for Moon Baboon. That one was a lot of fun
Yeah.
too. But yeah, I like the fact that there are a whole bunch of different games, and yeah, like you said, it definitely makes it so that it's not you doing the same thing repetitively over and over and over again. It gives you a variety of different things that you can do, a variety of different styles that you can play. But I like the fact that it gives you all of that to play with. And yeah, it absolutely does. It makes it feel fresh. It makes it feel like something new every single time. And I really like the fact that they didn't overdo like all of the puzzles. They didn't overdo the combat. They didn't overdo pretty much any of it.
Well, in essence, it is one of those puzzle games, but there's so much other stuff to it that
it doesn't feel like a puzzle
it doesn't
game.
feel like just a simple puzzle game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would say even like the shed that we went through, or not the shed. What's the opening scene?
The shed.
It's a shed.
Well,
yeah.
So it goes the shed, the tree, Rose's room, the cuckoo clock, the snow globe, the garden, and the attic.
Okay, so the shed's got 2 bosses, and that I was thinking
Yes,
that a
it
boss was the end of a
Most of them
thing, but-
have multi.
yeah. But the shed, once you get the hammer and the nail, that felt more puzzly because it was like, okay, you have to stop this one here, you got to do this, you got to do that, da 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 da. But the tree didn't feel as much of a puzzle. I mean, it still had
was,
some,
yeah.
but
It
felt
wasn't as
more-
much, no.
Yeah,
It was mostly.
It's like they gave you a break from the puzzles because on the Moon Baboon section, it's definitely some puzzles in there. And that section does have that's the bedroom, Rose's bedroom, has 2 bosses too. So
Isn't Cutie the second one?
it's not really a boss.
She makes me feel so bad still, though.
Yeah,
I cried.
yeah.
speaking of that, we get to talk about the reviews now.
Did you have some questions?
Yeah, I actually have a question for you.
Yeah.
You were talking before about
You made me stop.
the Rose's room analogy.
All right, so I have a theory about the game, and because it's probably going through some sort of psychology that someone might do to try to help a couple that's actually going through divorce or trying to think about going through a divorce. Whereas we talked about this, where the first 3 sections feel like it's versions of how to work together in a more physical sense, like actually making life work.
I kind of think it's the first 4, personally.
So the first 4,
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah, because the last 3, the snow globe, the garden, and the attic, are all based on their own personal individual wants and passions
Yeah.
and their mutual passion
And then
together.
yeah.
So I would say the first 4 are about working together.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's fine. And specifically, some of them have much more deeper analogies to them. So, like Rose's room, I know you're not through it yet all the way, but I told her earlier, like, just don't forget about the elephant in the room because it's a joke. Because they're actually going into it saying, hey, we want to do this. We want to get out of this situation. And we're going to actually, like, we're going to ignore the pain from our daughter to do it.
Yeah.
And there's an obvious analogy there. But as they go through, what they're doing in that whole section is they're going through and destroying various things that Rose likes. And what they're doing is they're trying to get to her toy elephant, and they're going to kill it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ruin it for you, but you like really the elephant is supposed to be a metaphor for Rose herself, because at the end of that section is these 2 people who are trying to pull themselves apart are literally pulling her, like the daughter, apart.
Yeah.
And it's a metaphor about the emotions of it, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I put that together.
Yeah.
You were like...
Yeah, no,
we're
I
gonna
figured
talk-
you had.
Yeah, no, I got it. I got that.
But the whole thing is just destroying everything that Rose loves and values that they have all done together, because they talk back and forth during their little adventures.
Like, Moon Baboon was bought at the Space Museum that May brought her to, and
Yes.
Cutie the elephant was a gift from
Was in
Cody.
was in a castle that Cody built.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's, and they even go inside the castle and they find things that he didn't build, but they're in there anyway, which is another analogy for things that are important to her that they don't know about, that only exist because of what they've done with her. So the game is really deep,
It's complex.
emotionally. It's like psychologically. It's a very complex game, it's about divorce, but it is a game and it's fun and you can take it at just surface level, just play through the game and win and whatever. But there's also something if you actually wanted to dive into what it's actually trying to say, you can. So it's got a lot of depth to it that is really interesting. But
Yeah, when you said it's when you go to kill Cutie, it's literally killing the elephant in the room. I was like, well, you're not wrong.
yeah.
You are not wrong.
Any other questions or
Nope,
statements
that
or
was
things
the
like
only
that?
thing that I had to have him explain.
Okay. So on to the reviews. IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. It's got an 88% from Metacritic. GameSpot gave it a 9 out of 10. And on Steam reviews, the recent reviews are overwhelmingly positive, and all reviews are very positive. And negative, which I'll be honest, as I was reading through it, most of the negative reviews, I'm like, you shouldn't have even made a review because you're literally, this is stuff you should have known about before.
What does this mean?
Which one?
The first one on negative reviews.
Somebody put the end credits were too long. That was their negative
Who
review.
watches the end credits on anything?
Now, that was part of the other thing was I seen a lot of ones that said it's not skipped, like the cutscenes aren't skippable. So is the end credit skippable?
I make fun of people that skip cutscenes.
I know, but if you've played it before,
We watched them all.
I don't.
That's
If I've
us,
played
though.
it before, I don't like. Which don't get me wrong, I would have fucked Jarrett. When I went through the first part,
Wow. Your
I
marriage might
wasn't-
still be on, Jared.
I wasn't
Congratulations.
gonna
Wow. He just wants you for your body.
I'm just gonna let it go.
that's why we're getting the divorce. But I would have skipped the book part, but that was because I've already seen it, like the opening book scene.
Yeah.
I've already seen all of that. I would have skipped it, but it also would have screwed Jared over because he wouldn't have got to see all that for the story. And then he would have been asking me questions, so it worked out that I couldn't skip it. Another bad review is it's not playable as a single player.
It takes two. I don't know what they didn't understand about the title of the game.
I mean,
You got a point.
Destiny 2?
It takes
The word.
two. I'm going to do it alone.
But here's the difference.
God, it's
Alas.
so stupid.
When you see Destiny 2, you see the number 2.
That's
when
true,
you
too.
see It Takes
I
2,
bet
it
there's-
is spelled out. So
Also,
you have to know that there are.
Is there a
two
game out there
players.
called It Takes?
Maybe.
Maybe.
It takes.
There's so many games. I don't know. There's probably is one that's like It Takes.
I feel like we should contact James. He would probably know that answer.
Yeah, he would know that off the top of his head.
There's not. I would guarantee it. It takes.
That's just got a bunch of numbers. I wanted a fucking name. One of the reviews literally
Nah?
just said, nah.
Not for them. Okay.
Why
I
did
guess.
you make a review? Just move on.
That's my thought.
This helped confirm we do need a divorce.
Yeah, that was one of the negative reviews.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Hakim did not say that it wasn't. It says you need to do collaboration
Yep.
to save your marriage. If they don't want to do that, bye-bye.
One of the reviews was, I want to burn that book.
Hey,
Which is fair. I mean,
I don't feel like it's worth making a negative review about the game.
At first, I didn't really like Dr. Hakim either. I thought he was kind of annoying. And then,
did.
and then I heard you giggling at him, and I was just like, "You're adorable."
Because that's the sort of dumb troll shit that I would do.
I know.
Yeah.
Jarrett several times made the comment of like, quit getting in the fucking way.
yeah.
Like it was making him so mad that we couldn't just go straight to Rose.
Well, it's just
Beat
like
down.
I hate that trope of just like,
Hey.
oh, you're right there to like
Dr. Hakim
you know,
is not there to make you do what you want to do.
it's just
Dr. Hakim is there to fix your relationship.
I just don't like the trope in
to
general.
fix
of,
your
like,
relationship.
An artificial robot.
Major Dr. Hakim.
I can't do Dr. Hakim.
To fix your relationship.
Yeah.
Well, that's later on.
That is a
That's
literal
later on.
quote. He literally says you have a relationship.
Oh. And then the elephant scene was brought up a lot in the negative reviews. Like I literally just seen they made me kill the elephant was one of them.
Well,
Fuck you guys.
you do got to kill the elephant. And
Wait till you see.
But
You'll know
again-
why they brought it up. And
Yeah.
there's some people who out there are pansies about shit. And
That's as I was
Are
reading.
you,
No.
Are you
no.
lobbing that at me? sir?
no. You got
He
you
did
got,
side
You
eye.
got kind of sad and upset about it because I knew she'd get upset because I said it. But you made it through and you were fine.
He did.
In
side-eye
all
you
honesty,
real quick.
you made it through and you were fine.
I didn't cry.
Other people will be like, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. It's like they've never had anything stressful happen in their fucking life.
fuck, it's just a
Maybe
Tuesday.
they haven't. I don't know.
Yeah, there's probably some people that haven't.
Maybe they haven't. Maybe they have never been outside.
But guess what? It's also a
Touch
fucking
grass.
video game. I mean,
As if video games are never stressful.
yeah.
As if video games don't kill randomly cute things
Yeah.
at all points in time.
I do in video games all the time.
I feel like
I do without asking. Like all the little critters in World of Warcraft, dead. Every time I see one.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
It's comments like that, Ethan.
Yeah.
That makes us go,
you have got the podcast on a list, and your name is.
I've never choked an animal to death in real life.
It's that writer of real life.
Do I not count?
Do
What?
I not?
Do I not count?
You're not dead.
You've choked?
He did
I
say
did
he
not
did
choke you before.
He did say to death
I didn't choke you before.
You haven't?
No.
Need I remind you of
last
Yeah,
night.
I didn't.
a couple days ago? Nothing.
I never choked you.
Nothing.
I never choked you. You're gonna get these people like,
Because they already don't think you're a fucking cannibal.
I'm not gonna eat you right away.
Yeah, season you up first.
Listen, I'm more okay with you being like you would eat right away.
I gotta go through
Eat
the
up,
salted
Ashley. You'll
phase.
be good meat come
Gotta
winter.
cure you first.
You know, who used to say that to me all the time. Tom,
Yeah, that makes 100%. I would believe that 1,000% of the
after
time.
he called me Jupiter, repeatedly. How you doing, Jupiter? Like,
Was that back before he was skinny or before he was fat or?
that's every time I've seen him. He says both of those things to me every time I
Okay.
see him. That started back in like high school.
Yeah. So now we get to give our reviews as well. Now, granted, Jared and mine will be a little skewed because we haven't played it all. Roll it. Roll it, Dice Master.
Me.
2.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
But you were looking at
I
Ethan. I,
did,
was like,
'cause
why are you looking at Ethan?
Ethan looked like he was going to say something.
Yeah. I will give it 8.8.
Really?
Sure, it's fun.
Yeah.
I don't have anything negative to say about it, really. I mean, it's not like a perfect game, but it's fun.
5, Ethan.
It was me? No, it's her.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
4, 5,
That's
6.
right.
Okay, I'm going to give probably an unrealistically high review. Only because I really like the game. And
9.9.
No, it's not going to be 9.9. But it is going to be a 9.5. I really listen. I will die on this hill. I really like this game a lot.
It's a good
You
game.
don't have to die on the hill. We believe you.
Die on the hill.
It's a good game.
No one is fighting you.
Also,
die on the
it's
hill.
your
We're just
opinion.
a little bit lower on the hill.
You can go fuck yourself, sir. I'm gonna boot your ass down
I
the
mean,
hill.
why would we argue about it? You're not saying Avatar was good.
No, I'm not saying that
Well, hang on.
Spider-Man
You
with
gotta,
Tobey
you
Maguire
gotta have
was
a
good
rider
either.
on that, Ethan. Blue people Avatar.
Not a cartoon Avatar.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
That's accurate.
I feel like it deserves a 9.5 only because number 1, it is replayable. Number 2, it's got a really good story to it. And number 3, you're absolutely right. It is very in-depth. It is a very complex game and it gives you a whole bunch to think about. And playing it with my significant other, I don't think I would want to play it with anyone else other than you, honestly, because of just how much I've learned to actually be able to communicate with you from playing it. That's my take.
I'd play it with Gunner.
That's your other wife, though. Huh? That's your other wife, though.
It's my other wife, so it's fine. Yeah.
Forward.
Ethan.
I'm going to give it a 9.8. I really love the game. I thought it was fantastic. Like, even if I never played it again, I'd give it a 9.8.
With
I
me or
want-
your other wife?
What?
Ever.
With me or your other
You
wife?
said ever.
Yes.
Even if I never played it again, I didn't give any qualifiers.
Ever.
Like I've played it twice, and I thought both times were just as good as the other. So I mean, it's just a really good game. And if you are going to play it with your significant other. Sorry, Tyler, you couldn't do that. She didn't want to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she would if I
Showed it to her.
not just even showed it to her, like made it more accessible to the living room. Does that make
Oh yeah,
sense?
yeah,
Yeah.
Like if I brought my computer out and did like the whole wireless controller thing and
Yeah.
did it that way, I think she would be more apt to play it.
I think she'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think she would.
It's really an accessible game.
Yeah.
in general.
Isn't it on more than just... I know that it's on more than just Steam. It's on what? The Switch? The Xbox?
Yeah, it's on a lot of things. I don't have
It's
it.
EA. EA put it on
Yeah, so
everything.
this is on you, actually.
Yeah.
You should be
Shame on you. You should...
with her.
Yeah.
I mean, I should.
Yeah.
I've tried, but she won't sit in the office to play it.
No, I'm saying you should be playing it on the screen in the living room.
Okay, this is the whole Patrick with the bullworm thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you put your computer in the living room? You can then spend more time with your family.
And play video games.
But see,
Wow.
I
We're
have-
These
this
small
game
children
really
like to
does
turn
get
his
people
PC
in depth
off.
about stuff.
Collaboration.
Yeah.
Collaboration.
that's the problem. I have small children that see that big power button and go push. Like they love to push that button
Shock
specifically.
collars.
That seems...
That's aggressive, but I think it would work.
That seems to be a
Probably.
you problem, because I also have littles, and they understand to not turn my shit off.
Jensen's the only one that does now. Stella hasn't done it in a long time.
Well,
I've got her trained. He's the one I'm still
Get that water
beating.
bottle out.
No, I just smack her
Oh,
hand.
still beating. How old is Jensen?
15 months.
You gotta start him young.
Not even 18 months old. Still beating. It's like,
Beating is a loose term for me. And
why aren't
Sam,
you talking right yet?
Speak, boy.
That ain't no word.
Sam hates it because I will use beat as like just a phrase.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how you call Ashley a bitch. I say I'm going to beat the kids. I'm not ever going to beat my kids. I threatened to beat Stella earlier. Just because.
Beat your ass.
There was one day she was screaming in bed and Jensen's room is like next to hers. And I went in and I laid down with her and I was real calm about it. I said, if you wake your brother up, I'm going to beat your ass. She said, okay. And she stopped crying.
Yeah, that's not a problem. That's not a threat. That's a fucking problem.
I very rarely have ever spanked her. And even then, it's only like very dangerous things. Like she tries to touch the stove, that's when you get spanked or your hand hit.
Anytime when they're actually about to injure themselves or someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be the point.
Or being incredibly disrespectful in my son's case. My son decided to spit on somebody at school
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Did they deserve it?
Yeah, but he's a repeat offender. Of that.
He is a repeat
Yes,
offender.
yeah. So that might be a more
Yeah.
reiteration thing.
My mom used to say she used to beat my ass from the ages of 2 to 5.
I never got one paddling or beating in my life. I've never done anything wrong.
Not yet.
That's a different sort of paddling.
I don't believe him. He's never got caught. He said, I've never done
Oh, yeah,
anything wrong.
yeah.
I don't believe you. You just never got caught.
Also, I need
That's
to rate the
accurate.
game as well
Go ahead.
because I'm left out here. I give it an 8 point. Would you give 8.8?
Yeah.
I give it an 8.81.
Okay.
I'm right there too. I think it's a very good game. If we play more of it, I may like it more. It may also cause me to dislike it more. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't
it gets
think
better.
so. It gets
Yeah,
better.
but see, here's the thing. I'm playing with him,
Your wife?
and that's where it's gonna cause problems. Because we're gonna get to a point. Because I was starting to get. There's one particular puzzle that I was starting to get a little frustrated with you,
Which one?
and you only failed it like 2 times.
Oh, was it the rail grinding part?
No, I did.
That one wasn't me. That was the
You
game
heard
being
it.
not letting me.
It's not like you weren't there.
No,
It's not. It should not be a surprise.
It's not.
it's
No.
in the shed.
I got frustrated
The
with
nail?
you after only
yeah.
a couple tries
No.
on some things.
Which one was it?
It's
I
in
was
the
there. You were there. We both know it.
so it's in the shed.
I'm sorry.
And what did I tell you to do?
Fuck off.
Take a deep breath.
Take a deep
and
breath.
Fuck off.
So the puzzle I got mad at him at, but I didn't even express it because I'm good at hiding emotions.
So good.
There's a fan and you have to flip it. It's got 3 fans, 2 of them blow, 1 of them sucks. You switch it, and you just kept not getting all the way.
Oh, you
Like
guys are
you
gonna
got like 2 out of 3, and then you would
One
fall
of those
again.
was
That
your
one
fault.
part.
Don't even blame me on one of them.
100%. I'll take blame for the one I did. The other 2,
Did you ever kill each other on purpose?
no.
Oh, you can do it. You can
I
absolutely.
tried to.
Yeah, we did.
You can
As
do
soon
it
as-
so easily. It's
as
in
soon-
like every like 5 seconds you could kill each other on purpose.
Well, didn't I beam you with a snowball a whole bunch on the snow globe?
I was so
As
pissed.
soon as we got the nails, I just turned to him and shot him
You were
immediately.
so pissed. I nailed you in the face with a snowball at least like 4 or 5 times before you could actually sputter out for
I
me
did.
to stop. You were so fucking mad.
I do think you got frustrated a few times with the nails specifically because I would get in the way or a fucking rope
that
would
was
get
never
in the
you.
way.
It was just like it would like it'd be like there's like a wire and it would be like, oh, dunk, and hit. I'm like, really? I'm like, just fucking shoot through the wire.
There was a few times in the toolbox I jumped in the way accidentally because he was trying to hit something and I like jumped to dodge a nail and I just jumped right in the way and I was like, fuck, sorry.
You know what scene is really going to piss you guys off? When you guys get to the snow globe and you have to do the magnet up the hill.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be.
Have fun with that.
Yeah. So next time you play, just try to kill each other on purpose.
Yeah, you can.
You definitely can.
I think I almost blew you up.
Here,
You did blow me up one time, but that was like
Accidental.
Accidental.
I'll give
was-
you a
you were
little,
too close
a
to the
little,
wasp.
Yeah.
a little Easter egg on how you guys can get an achievement. So you're gonna come to a dino level. During that dino level, you can actually use the dinosaur to bite the other person and kill them,
Ooh.
and it is an achievement for it.
Okay.
I tried to get you the last time that we
I
played.
know. I called you a bitch.
I feel like that's just
Stop,
an
you
adjective at this point. All right. I think that wraps everything up unless you guys got anything else.
It's a really good game. You should play it.
Yep. Play it. It's super good.
We are. I mean, it's on YouTube and
Not
everything.
you guys.
Not you guys are
People.
assholes.
Hey, Corey, play this game.
Yeah,
You
Corey,
and-
get your wife to play.
You and Logan get together and play this game.
'Cause, yeah,
Save your marriage. You can do it today.
Logan can play with like Loretta or somebody.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know that he would
I feel like
because
him
of the
and-
kind of adult.
Well, yes and no,
Hey,
because there
she's
are.
starting to watch wrestling.
It's true. She's getting ready to see a lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
All right. That will wrap everything up for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. You can use the link in the description to find the YouTube, our Discord, where you can talk to us. And who knows, somebody may even stream it to the Discord if you just want to watch them play It Takes Two. And what?
If you don't think that was pointed at them.
Well, depending
Well,
on the
I mean,
internet. at his
I
parents'
imagine
house,
they
you
would
can do
play it more, but
Yeah.
and we appreciate you guys listening. We will catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Deuce.
You might be a bitch, but you're my bitch.
Thank you, babe.